guys, I'm back again, and I have obviously not been making a lot of videos recently because of school. It's kicking me in the butt. But my friend Tony, aka 22 Tiger Dude, probably a lot of you know who he is. He tagged me for this thing called The Movies Tag. I think it's just called that. I think that's it. And I really need an excuse to make a video because I've had nothing the past few months. Once again, thanks so much, Tony, for nominating me for this. You are awesome. So there's actually 22 questions here, so let's make this quick. Question 1 is, what is your favorite movie of all time? And that would be The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, this movie, it's everyone probably already knew that was my favorite movie. The original trilogy of Star Wars and Force Awakens is able to make me feel so much joy. I absolutely love Star Wars. It was my childhood. Just going back to that world is always just the best thing ever, and Star Wars just fills you up with so much joy. And Empire Strikes Back, I've talked about it so much. The best second installment to a series ever. It improved upon the first one. It made our characters more likable. It gave more depth to everything. It actually had some really trippy, strange scenes in it that had like a meaning behind it, which none of that was in the first movie. All of you who watch me know I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and that's why Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie of all time. I've talked about it to death. Best scene from that movie? Just take a wild guess. Take a huge, wild guess. Yes, it is the scene where Luke kisses Leia on the lips on Hoth. That's the best scene in the movie. That's just the best scene of all films. I'm kidding? No. It's I'm Your Father, obviously. Like the scene where the big plot twist is revealed, where Vader is Luke's father. It's such a good plot twist. It changes the way you think about everything. I mean, honestly, I don't remember my first reaction to figuring out Darth Vader was his father, because I have a feeling I actually watched The Phantom Menace before I watched Empire Strikes Back, which is sad. I don't know why my father had me do that. It's up there with the Sixth Sense plot twist as the best plot twist of all time. And question 3 is, what is your favorite actor and favorite actress? My favorite actor is Tom Hanks. This guy is so amazing. I mean, I've seen him in so many movies. He's so likable all the time. He's just so likable. Every movie he does is just worth an Oscar. I mean, even his smaller-ish roles, like Catch Me If You Can, where he's literally the villain of the movie trying to chase down Leonardo DiCaprio. He's not the biggest character in that movie. He's still incredible in it. I just use that as an excuse to talk about Catch Me If You Can. But yeah, Tom Hanks is incredible. He has so many great quotes like, "Life is like a box of chocolates." I'm so sorry for ruining Forrest Gump for you all. Tom Hanks is the best. You can't go wrong with him. And for my favorite actress, I'm gonna have to go with Sigourney Weaver. She's just the best. Sigourney Weaver's awesomeness. Have you not seen Sigourney Weaver in Alien? She's the best thing ever in those movies. Even movies where she has smaller roles, like in Holes, she's still fantastic. She's like one of the best part of Holes. And also Avatar, which I don't think is a great movie. It's pretty good, but I don't think it's great. She's one of the best parts of that movie as well, because she's Sigourney Weaver. Any role that Sigourney Weaver does, she just makes everything amazing. And then question 4 is, which actor and actress annoy you the most? Hayden Christensen for actor. This is probably a choice that everyone would pick because he's Hayden Christensen. This guy is so bad as Anakin Skywalker. He's just ruined a lot of things. I mean, the prequels would probably still be bad even if he was a good actor, but he was one of the worst things of the prequels. I mean, I definitely think Revenge of the Sith could have been a really great movie if Hayden Christensen didn't suck so badly the whole time. And Hayden Christensen is just the obvious choice, but one of the things I do like Hayden Christensen in is the Goosebumps show, because he had like a few episodes where he was in the Goosebumps show. That's literally the only episodes I watched. I just was on Halloween, I just decided to watch the Hayden Christensen Goosebumps episode for some reason last year. They're hilarious. He's just a little kid, and he's so terrible. What if it happened on an accident? And question 5 is, who is your favorite director? And you know me, Steven Spielberg. Steven, do I even need to talk about him? He changed cinema. He changed everything. He changed the way we look at movies. Like, BFG is gonna be his 30th movie, and he's like, isn't he like in his 70s now? He's Spielberg. I don't need to talk about Spielberg. Crap, I forgot I picked a thing for, I didn't pick a thing for guilty pleasure. Shoot. You know what, I'm just gonna say The Room. I mean, screw it. I don't know what to pick for this one, so The Room. Tommy Wiseau. Oh, hi, Mark! Question number 7 is favorite tearjerker, and I'm not gonna really talk about this that much because I've talked about it to death last 5 years. Question 8 is scariest movie character, and Heath Ledger's Joker. I mean, when I saw The Dark Knight the first time, when I was really little, I don't remember how old I was, but I was really young, and I saw Heath Ledger just be awesome. I was just like, I was mind blown. I mean, this guy got under my skin. Like, with his scenes where he's cutting people's mouths open. Heath Ledger just had such a terrifying presence to him, and his performance is one of the best performances I've ever seen from an actor. Number 9 is movie I love that everyone hates. You can fly, you can fight, and you can Hook. That was a Hook reference. I love Hook. I don't understand why this movie has so much flack. It's another Spielberg movie. People always say that Hook is one of the worst Spielberg movies of all time. I don't get it. It has like a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. Most people hate this movie except for Chris Stuckman. Me and Chris Stuckman both like this movie. We are the only people that seem to realize that Hook is awesome. I think Hook is amazing. Robin Williams is incredible in this movie. I mean, when has Robin Williams not been incredible? Like, even in a terrible movie, Robin Williams still manages to be great. He's Robin Williams. And as an older Peter Pan, he works so well. It's such a genius plot because it's like, what if Peter Pan had left Neverland and grew old and got a family and stuff, and then this movie tells it so well. Yeah, there's stupid moments in this movie, like the random scene where Tinkerbell just turns big. What was that scene? That scene freaked me out as a kid. There are some dumb things in Hook, but overall I think this is a great movie. It's incredibly underrated. Dustin Hoffman as Captain Hook. Perfect choice. What better choice could you have made as Captain Hook? Dustin Hoffman killed it.
Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't try to stop me this time, Smee. Don't you dare try to stop me this time, Smee. Try to stop me. Smee, you better get up off your ass. Get over here, Smee.
Spielberg, another great Spielberg movie in my opinion. I don't understand why everyone hates it. Movie you hate that everyone loves is question 10, and I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what to say for this one. I apologize. Next one. Question 11 is favorite movie duo, and I'm easily gonna have to go with the same one that Tony said because I can't think of anyone else. I mean, this duo is perfect. I'm sorry. Han and Chewie. Han and Chewie are just the best. Han is easily one of my favorite characters of all time. Harrison Ford is one of my favorite actors of all time. Han Solo he's Han Solo. He's right there. He's behind me. Han Solo is incredible, and Chewie is so funny. I love Chewie. You can't go wrong with Chewie. He just does his little, and Han's the only person who can understand him, except for Rey in Force Awakens. She understood him somehow because she's Rey and she's perfect and everything. But I'm getting off topic. Chewie is so funny. I love Peter Mayhew's little head movements. He's always like. I don't know what that was. I apologize. Question 12 is favorite animated movie, and I'm gonna have to go with a choice that's so integral to my childhood. This movie was like, this probably is the movie I've watched more than any other. The Incredibles. I can quote entire scenes from this movie. The Incredibles is easily my favorite animated movie of all time because I watched it so much as a kid. You know the scene where Wallace Shawn is this little midget boss and he has to talk to Mr. Incredible about insurance and stuff, and then Mr. Incredible chokes him and stuff? You know that scene? I can quote the entire thing. Incredibles is so good. I love the scenes where all the family are together because you can relate to that stuff. You can really relate to what's going on in this family, like that dinner table scene. Action, so much fun. Samuel L. Jackson voicing Frozone, that was just the best thing ever. Incredibles is so much fun. It's such a big part of my childhood, and that's why I picked it for... Question 13 is celebrity crush, and I've made this clear in so many videos before. Anna Kendrick. And I've talked about her way too much, so here's a picture of her lying on a couch with a puppy. Okay, next one. 14 is best movie villain. And I'm going with the obvious, Darth Vader. This is the choice that everyone would make because he's Darth Vader. He's Darth Vader. Do I really have to talk about this? He's Darth Vader. Next one. Question 15 is most surprising movie. And mine is surprising in not a good way. Like, surprising in a bad way. A very bad way. Fant4stic. I refuse to call it what they want me to call it. Fant4stic I really was looking forward to. I saw the trailers and I'm like, oh cool, they're gonna get the Fantastic Four right. They got a nice cast. I like the cast. It's the writer of Days of Future Past, one of my favorite comic book movies. They can't go wrong with this movie. They just can't. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna love it. And I saw it, and it was the worst thing ever. Fant4stic is easily one of my least favorite movies of all time. I mean, I sat in a theater. I didn't bring anybody because nobody else wanted to go, obviously, because it had like a 9% in Rotten Tomatoes. I think it still does. And I saw this movie. I felt terrible the whole time. There's no action. It's just people sitting around and talking and computers, and all the characters are so boring, and the CGI looked like it was in the 80s, and just the climax and the villain and everything in Fant4stic completely blew. I've talked about this movie a lot. I did a huge rant in it back in August last year. Fant4stic, such a failure. I hate it so much. Just the very thought of this movie makes me cringe because it's so bad. And it was surprising that it was bad because I expected it to be good. Question 16 is, if you could own one movie, what would it be? And it's Empire Strikes Back. I mean, obviously, this is the movie that I definitely want to keep with me forever because it's incredible. Question 17 is sort of vague. It just says recommend a movie, and I didn't really know what to do with this, so I decided to go with Forrest Gump. And that's all I have to say about that. Forrest Gump is incredible. I mean, this movie is everything. It's an action movie, it's a war movie, it's a comedy, it's a drama. This movie is about everything. It's about history. They have historic things in there. Tom Hanks gives off one of the best performances ever given by a human being. Some of the CGI in this movie even was really great for its time, like Gary Sinise with his legs gone. I mean, yeah, you're used to those sort of special effects now, but back then, it was like, whoa, how did they do that? And I need to mention Gary Sinise in this movie. He's so great. Lieutenant Dan. You want some ice cream, Lieutenant Dan? Forrest Gump is amazing, and it's a movie you need to see. You can't just not see Forrest Gump. It's one of the best movies ever made. Just watch it! Question 18 is go back in time and marry an actress. Anna Kendrick. That one. Question 19, remake you wish hadn't been made. And I'm gonna sort of cheat with this because this is a remake of a show, but it still works. The Last Airbender. The Last Airbender is such a failure because the show, the cartoon, it's my favorite show of all time. I grew up with this show. I watched it with my family. I've had so many great memories with Avatar. It's my favorite show of all time. And I've been rewatching it over the last month when I had free time. I've been rewatching some of the episodes because I've rewatched the show several times because it's so good. It's so good. The show is just so great for the family. There's so many good jokes. There's so many great characters. There's tear-jerking moments. Avatar is the best show of all time, in my opinion. And M. Night Shyamalan had to make a live-action movie of it. I actually don't want to talk about this movie too much because whenever I get 100 subscribers, I want The Last Airbender to be my 100 subscriber special. Me doing a giant rant on it. That's probably what my 100 subscriber special is going to be. And I don't want to talk about this movie too much because I really want to save it for that rant. And I can't wait for that rant. So get me to 100 subscribers, please. The Last Airbender. It's trash. Don't watch it ever. Question 20 was one more movie you could watch before you die, and that would be Return of the King. I love Lord of the Rings. It's my second favorite movie franchise under Star Wars. I mean, Lord of the Rings was really... usually every movie lover watches this movie that makes them, like, they watch it and it changes their whole view on everything. It makes them really love movies more than they did before. Because before I watched the Lord of the Rings movies, I was just like a casual movie liker. I liked Star Wars and all those things. But then I saw the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that changed everything. It made me want to watch more, and it made me view movies in a different way. Lord of the Rings did a lot for me. Lord of the Rings changed my view on the entire world. Return of the King is my favorite from that trilogy, and it's perfect. It's such a perfect movie. It's probably my second favorite movie of all time under Empire Strikes Back. The chemistry between Frodo and Sam works so well, and they're not gay. Shut up. It's a story about friendship, not gayness. Stop. And the Mount Doom scene at the end, it's so good. Honestly, just Frodo going out in that boat. Spoilers, sorry. Frodo going out in that boat in the end to go into the West, where he basically dies afterwards. He's basically going into heaven. It's perfect for the movie you're going to watch before you die. Return of the King is perfect. It's definitely the movie that I'd watch before I die because it's one of the best movies ever made. 21 was pick a genre and say your favorite movie from that genre. And my favorite genre of all time is sci-fi. But I don't really want to go with that genre because I already talked about Star Wars, which is my favorite movie of that genre, and I want to shake it up. So I'm going to talk about a genre that I've gained a lot more respect for as time has gone on, and that's musicals. There's not a lot of musicals that exist. There's only like a few, and it's definitely been dying down. But I've gained a lot of respect for the genre recently, and my favorite movie from that genre is Singing in the Rain. This is really just an excuse for me to talk about Singing in the Rain. This movie is so good, just like the Singing in the Rain scene is one of my favorite scenes probably from any movie. It's so good.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Because Singing in the Rain is one of my favorite songs of all time. I love it. I listen to it a lot, like way too much even. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, and the romance was fantastic in this movie. The humor was fantastic. The singing, great. All the songs are amazing. The dancing inspired Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was inspired by this movie. That's insane. And just everything about Singing in the Rain is masterwork. They also show how 1920 movies are made, sort of like Hail Caesar did for the 50s. And I think Singing in the Rain did it way better than Hail Caesar did. It's like so funny, and it's so interesting how movies in the 1920s were made. And just everything about Singing in the Rain is incredible. Last question, question 22, is first movie I remember seeing in theaters, and that would be Finding Nemo. I was 3 when I saw this movie, and I actually barely remember it. I just remember it very vaguely when I saw this movie. Sorry about that, the camera just turned off, and now I have to do this really quickly because I have 4 minutes to record. Anyway, Nemo is fantastic, and for some reason that was the earliest movie I ever remember seeing in theaters. It's great because Nemo is easily one of the best animated movies ever. Just the vastness of the ocean is so impressive, and Nemo, it's so good. I can't wait for Finding Dory. I hope it's just as good, even though it probably won't be, but I'm excited for it nonetheless. Okay, that took a really long time, but now I guess it's time for me to tag people in this thing. So I'm just going to tag 2 people because I don't really know who else to tag. So first I'm going to go with Jackson Fulcher. You don't need to do this if you don't want to because I know you have a lot of videos on your plate right now. Just don't do it if you don't want to, but go ahead if you feel like it. Whatever. And Random Mr. 411. You can do this if you want to, but you don't have to. I have exams. I don't have time for things either. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, I really want to thank Tony for like actually making me make a video, because I just haven't had any motivation to try anything or see anything. So yeah, thanks Tony, and I hope you check out his channel because he's awesome. I'm definitely going to be seeing Finding Dory at the end of next week when all my exams are over, and I really do want to start a Steven Spielberg series when summer happens, because BFG is coming out in July, and I really want to do a bunch of Spielberg movies, so be sure to suggest Spielberg movies below that you want me to review, because I can't do all of them. It's impossible. So be sure to suggest Spielberg movies in the comments if you want me to review, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll do that one. I don't even know if I'm going to have time to do that series, but I hope to, so be sure to do the comment thing. And yeah, I really hope to be making more videos soon. Summer's coming soon, so I should have time and get this channel rolling again, and yeah. Bye-bye!
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. Ask me why. Why? Why what? Be specific, Bob. Why are you unhappy? Because your customers make me unhappy. What have you got? Any complaints? Complaints I can handle. It's your customers, and expect more knowledge of sure care in our workings. They're experts. Experts, Bob! Exploiting every loophole, dodging every obstacle. They're penetrating the bureaucracy. Did I do something illegal? No. Are you saying we're not supposed to help our customers? The law requires that I answer no. We're supposed to help people. We're supposed to help our people. Starting with the stockholders, Bob. Who's helping them out, huh? A company is like an enormous block. It's like an enormous... Yes, precisely. It all works if all the little cogs mesh together. Now, a clock needs to be clean, well lubricated, and wound tight. The best movements, cogs that fit. I'm being metaphorical, Bob. You know what I mean by cooperative cogs, Bob? Bob? What do you mean? What I'm talking to you, car? There. Needs help? Do not change the subject. We're discussing he is getting mugged. Well, let's hope we don't cover him. I'll be right back. Come right back here or you're fired. Close the door. Get over here now. I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. You got away. Good thing, too. You were this close to losing your...
Yeah. I apologize for that.